What can you do on a rainy day?
Rock me, baby.
Do a knife review and sharpen a knife. That's what you can do. Stick around. Good day, everyone. I actually ended up buying 2 sets of these Huntshield. I guess they're kind of like pocket knives. They say outdoorsman knife combo. One kind of has a serrated, I guess that would be kind of like a serrated edge, and the other is just a standard. Different locking mechanisms on them. The little one has like the spring-loaded style. I don't really like those kind, but I mean the price was right. Put it this way, these were normally around $45 for both of them, and I picked up each set for $14. So pretty good deal. The little one here, it's fairly sharp, you know, very good. Has a nice little clip on it. The other one, this is more of a standard pocket knife, standard locking mechanism. I like this kind of a little bit better, this style. The handles are really nice, like they seem like really good quality knives. Stainless steel blade on them. It's sort of like a mid-grade stainless steel. Now the problem with this, now it was on sale and I thought, oh, this is just a super great deal. Unfortunately, the reason they were on sale, and it's kind of like, it's a little bit disappointing. I got these at Canadian Tire, and you know, why don't they just be out front and say what the issue is, and then people will buy them and they'll know what to expect. But this is what happened here. You can see this. It's not very sharp. And the reason it's not very sharp is because it actually has no edge on it whatsoever. I can put this on my finger. Don't get worried. Not gonna happen. But you can see I'm pressing pretty hard. It does nothing. So, despite that fact, they seem like they're nice little. It's a nice little knife set, especially for, I think it was like $12 or $14. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to sharpen this up using I'll start off with a stone actually. So we'll do a quick sharpening, and hopefully we can get an edge on here so it can do something a little bit better than that. Okay, so we're going to sharpen this knife up. Now you have to remember this. I'm going to do this a little bit different than how I'd normally sharpen a knife. Like I'm just going to give her like. I picked up this sharpening stone. It's not the best stone in the world, but it has a rough side and a smooth side. Once I do some initial stuff, sort of getting the blade ready, then I might want to add a little bit of oil to it. Plus, if you're using a sharpening stone, before you even get going, you need to soak your sharpening stone for about like an hour in water. It really helps the whole process. And a little bit of oil once we get into the finer stages. I'm not so concerned right now. It's going to take some work to get this done. I'll speed up the video, but yeah, I'm just going to give her. So it's not going to be a maybe standard style sharpening session initially, because it's going to take some work to bring this blade into, you know, any sort of actual sharpness or get an edge on it. It's going to take some work. So let's go. We'll give her. Oh, P.S. You want to be doing about I don't know, about a 20-degree angle on here. Not a lot. Okay, I think I have an initial edge on here already. As I said, I was pretty rough on it. I don't normally do that with a knife, but there was absolutely no edge on it. Now I think it's a little bit better. Do a little bit of a paper test. Yeah, so already it's, you know, it's better than what it was. So let's use the fine edge here. I'll put a little bit of oil on here. And we'll give this a little go. So what I'm doing here, when I sharpen one side, now that it's getting a little bit finer here, I'll take the knife, a fairly shallow angle, like I say, maybe even less than 20 degrees. And I'm just going to rub in a circle like this. I'll rotate it out a little bit, lift the handle a little bit to get the tip, bring it back down flat. Keep going like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm testing for a little bit of a burr. You should be able to feel it with your finger on the opposite side that you were trying to sharpen. Needs a little bit more work. Because basically what you're doing, you're getting since you're sharpening it on the other side here, the one that's against the stone, it's going to build up a tiny little bit of a burr on here, and then that's when you know, when you can feel, I can feel it right there. It needs some more work here, some more work on the tip, but I can feel here. And once you get this, just this tiny little bit of a burr that you can feel, you know you're getting really close to being, you know, at a reasonably sharp knife. Because then we're going to come back and take that burr off, and that will make it, that will create the nice edge on it. It needs a little bit of work closer in here and out on the tip. So let's go ahead, I'll concentrate a little bit more over in here. Yeah, it's going to need some work on both sides near the base here. So normally you don't have to do it like this, but so normally it's nice and flat on the stone, and then as you come around, I mean, you'll have to rotate a little bit to get that edge on the front. But in this circumstance, it's a little bit weird because it's not very sharp. I'm going to actually have to tilt the knife a little bit off the stone, get it back up at that about that 20 degrees, and then focus. I'm going to have to actually use the edge of the stone here and concentrate on this inner area. So this part of the blade is no longer on the stone, it's mostly in here that I'm doing, with the first half inch in. Okay, so this was a good opportunity also. Now I basically have an edge on this knife, and it's actually pretty good. Someone who sharpens knives for a living, they might be cringing at how I went about this, but in the end, it's not going to be able, you won't be able to shave with this knife, but it's going to be pretty sharp. Now, I thought this was a good opportunity. I picked this Master Chef knife sharpener up. It was on sale. I got it really cheap. The regular, like about $45. I think I got it for $12. Now, these might not be able to put a nice razor sharp edge on your blade, but they do have the angles set up in here. I believe this is a setup for 20 degrees. So basically, you start off on this side here. This is a diamond abrasive that's in here. This middle one is tungsten. That's just for finalizing an edge on it. And basically, the last one here is a ceramic, and it just sort of polishes up the blade. So again, I'm going to use this maybe a little bit different than some people use it. A lot of people, they'll put the knife in and they'll just do a straight pull. But it really depends a lot on how much pressure you put down on the knife. If you're getting to the point where the knife is fairly sharp, you can actually move it back and forth like this, as long as you're not like pressing really hard. You'll get a really nice edge on it. So I'm going to show you. Again, I got this really cheap. I don't know what's the model on here. I think it's 52318. That's what it says here anyway. But let's give this a go, and then we'll do the paper test after. So basically, make sure the blade is in here. Now I'm going to use a little bit extra pressure than normal just to start off with here. And then I'll settle things down once I get into these. And the reason I did not use this to start off with, because this blade was totally dull. It was a flat edge. And I really think if I would have tried to sharpen it with this first, I mean, the stone is the best way to go. But if I would have tried this first, I really think I probably would have done some damage to this thing. It's not, I don't think it was really designed to sharpen a completely flat-edged knife. So let's go, we'll give her a go, and we'll find out the results. So I'm going to put a little bit extra pressure on here to start, and I think I will just pull it towards me. Make sure you keep it nice and straight, centered. Okay, now I'm just going to go into a nice softer movement here. Try to keep this nice and straight again. I'm using a little bit more pressure than normal. Okay, see, that it's sharper, I can tell. So I'm going to settle the things down a little bit, be a little bit gentler. So I think we're ready. Almost ready. A couple more here. A little bit at the tip here. And yeah, I think we're ready for here. This one you want to be a little bit more gentle. This one's going to take off any burrs. Basically, it's not really going to do a lot of sharpening. It's just going to smooth out the edges on it. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Pretty good to how it was before with no edge. I certainly won't be putting it on my finger anymore going like this. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Happy. Anyways, I hope this video helped, and don't get discouraged if you end up buying a knife on sale and it has no edge. It's not a big deal to put an edge on there. I mean, it's reasonable. Someone who does this for a living, they're just probably going to be cringing, but you know, good enough for me for now. So anyways, hope you liked the video. Take care, like, subscribe, come back for more.
Rock me.